welcome back to my channel. It's me, Niecy G from Platinum Gang. Today I want to talk to you guys about manifesting an SP. I get asked this all the time. How did you manage to live in the end? Like, what does that look like? So I want to address this, and I feel like this should be the one and only video that I should have to do on this. But I do want you to feel free to leave me your questions, comments, concerns, and then that way we can address them together. Manifesting an SP is actually really easy, and I did not want to hear that in my beginning stages of learning how to manifest an SP. So here we go. When it comes to manifesting a specific person, I can't stress enough. And for those of you that are new to what an SP is, I'm talking about a romantic specific person. Although the same way that you manifest money, the same way that you manifest, a specific person in general, whether it be romantic or not, because a specific person is just a person that you have, picked out that you want to have a certain outcome with. That's all that means. So let's start little there. Moving right along, whenever you are manifesting a romantic specific person is what we're talking about today, but the same way that you're going to manifest money, the same way that you're going to manifest, a car is the same way that you're going to manifest a person. Some people have more resistance to manifesting a romantic specific person because they're allowing their past to dictate how they're behaving, and their behavior is what they're going to get. Because remember, you don't manifest what you desire, you manifest how you are being, meaning your behavior, the types of things that you're doing. I can't tell you how many times people come to me in coaching sessions and they'll say, well, Niecy, I already love myself. I already have a good self-concept. Well, then why the hell are you talking to me about it? If you have all the answers, Sway. Anyways, in all seriousness, if you have all of the answers, then you wouldn't be watching this video. So clearly you're looking for or listening to this on Spotify, Apple. Thank you for tuning in. When it comes to manifesting a specific person, you have to understand that you're going to get your behavior and the way that you feel. What clicked for me was that I was speaking negatively and thinking negatively about my specific person, about my boyfriend now, thinking that, okay, I can still create this thought and feeling in my mind and still complain to my homegirl. I can still, say, well, he should have did this, and be almost argumentative in my head and have these like inner conversations or dialogues with myself that were about him in a negative light. And I'm like, what clicked for me is that I saw this girl's video on social media. I don't remember what platform. It was just a very quick video. And it was basically like, if your specific person could see and read your thoughts, would they, want to be with you? And I was like, no. And for those of you that have been following me for a while, you already know my specific person story. I really don't feel like repeating it for the sake of, length purposes in this video and getting to the point. But make a very long story short, my grandmother, who has passed on, came to me in a dream and told me to not speak ill of him for 3 days. Don't think about him negatively. Don't talk about him negatively. Just don't. Just focus on yourself. And people say, okay, well, how am I supposed to be in the state of the wish fulfilled, meaning the end state? You make it normal. You normalize it. I'm going to be really blunt and honest in this video, and some of you might not like it, but you got to let go of the desperation and the lack. You're never going to manifest anything, no matter what it is, if you are coming from a place of lack. People don't know that they're coming from a place of lack, though, so that's why I'm extending grace to those of you that may not even be privy to the fact that you're doing this, but you are. If you weren't, you would have the relationship that you wanted or the thing that you wanted. You are focusing on the lack of it. You're lying in bed at night and you're going, I wish I had someone to snuggle up with. You're looking on social media, getting those dopamine hits from like black love and this love and getting married and whatever. And that's okay to see these things, but not if they're going to make you emotional. He who angers you controls you. So if a post is making you sad or changing the way that you feel, when you can become no longer emotionally dependent on what you see in your outer reality, that is when you are manifesting. Not when, and let me backtrack a little bit here too, and also say that People say, well, I'm going to take a break from manifesting that. I just can't. It's something you have always done. You're always going to do it. You were designed to do it. You were made to do it. You can't stop doing it. You will never, ever, 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 ever stop manifesting. You're just now aware of it. You're just now conscious of the fact that you are manifesting. That's all it is. So now that you're aware of it, you are overly complicating it with all of these things, all these techniques, because it's not the techniques that are manifesting. It is you that's manifesting. I'm going to say that again. It is not the technique that is manifesting. It is you. So if I am acting out of a place of insecurity and lack, I might be checking social media. I might be looking at who he's texting. I'm going to drive by his job. I'm going to do all these erratic things that don't say that I'm confident. Hold on, I need a sip of water. Excuse me. I had to get a new straw in my cup, and that one is a little too big, so it makes like this crazy noise. But nonetheless, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are being in a normal state of being. That's it. Like normalize having this romantic specific person or relationship or whatever the case may be. For those of you that are manifesting a person that you've already had a relationship with, whether it be an ex or someone that you just kind of hooked up with or whatever, and now you want a relationship with them, this person took interest in you in the beginning. Why would they not want interest in you again? Something happened in the relationship where you're like, okay, something shifted. And now this person has changed to they just want to hook up with you, or this person has just shifted to I don't really want a relationship. I'm not ready for it. All these excuses. I need to go love myself. I need to go do this. You have got to pull back your energy a little bit. And people say, well, Niecy, that's a game. No, it's not. It's a part of all of the universal laws, and we'll get into that in a different episode. The thing is that you are behaving in such a way that is repulsive. You have that desperate, needy energy. Get rid of it. Learn to love your life and be involved in yourself. What I did whenever I was manifesting my boyfriend, I should say consciously manifesting, because you're always manifesting. I got busy. I got myself some shit to do. Like, I went and I learned all these recipes. Like, I just got busy with just random shit and just decided to stay on that. My man loves when I have like a structured schedule. Like, it turns him on. Like, he loves it. He loves that I have like a checklist of things to do, and I'm just not so fixated and busy and focused on him. I'm fixated and focused and busy and worried about me. And then that makes him fixated and focused and worried about me. So much so that throughout the day, it's like, constantly checking in. And I love that. I absolutely love that. So find you something to do. Get rid of this desperate energy, needy energy at first, and be honest with yourself. If I can say anything that's going to be the key takeaway here for this video and for this episode, for those of you that are just listening, is for you to get really brutally, utterly honest with yourself. You need to be honest with yourself about your energy, honest with yourself about what you want and why you want it. When you can uncover your why behind why you want something, then you uncover what it is that you actually want. Remember, you want what you think the thing is going to give you. I.e., if you're manifesting money, you want the freedom that money gives you to be able to travel, buy whatever you want, do whatever you want, pay your bills on time, that sort of thing. When you're wanting to manifest a specific person, that specific person could be, love, stability, whatever your definition of a relationship is. It's a representation of what you think that thing is going to give you, not necessarily the thing itself. But when you can tap into that energy, and it's a frequency, it's a vibration, it's a love, it's a feeling that you get when you're talking about love or when you're dealing with love, and you just tune into that. It's literally like you become that person, you become that version of you. And it's a feeling. I don't even think that there is an English word that I could use to even describe that aura or that essence that I'm talking about, but it's something that you feel. If you're someone who's manifesting someone that you've already had before, an ex back or whatever, you were busy with your life. I didn't really give my man the time of day when he first started to initiate a relationship with me or showing interest in me because I was so busy with like my son and work and the salon and this and that and my businesses and blah, 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 blah and all the things. And he kept putting in effort and kept putting in effort. And then somewhere we shifted. That balance was off. I had put him on the pedestal and brought me down here, and all of his problems and things that he had going on took precedence over mine. He deemed more important to me subconsciously. What I had to come to terms with and realize that I am the oldest daughter of 3 daughters total. So I'm the oldest. I have 2 younger sisters. I'm the oldest granddaughter on my mom's side of the family, and I am biologically the oldest on my dad's side of the family too. We have another older cousin, but she doesn't take her duties seriously. So we're just going to leave that at that. So nonetheless, I said all that to say with my family backstory is that I had this belief that everyone else's needs have to be placed over my own. So much so to where I had a conversation with one of my dad's cousins the other day, and she and I were talking about how I processed my grandmother's death and how I didn't, because I felt like I needed to just show up and be there for my sisters. I need to show up and be there for all of my cousins. And you guys, I'm not talking about like 4 or 5 cousins. My family is ginormous. It's like abnormally large, excuse me. It's unreal how many family members we have. So to have to show up for people in that way, I'm thinking subconsciously, oh, Niecy's needs don't matter. Everyone else's does. And so that helped with me manifesting a relationship that I didn't want. It was a version of my man that I just did not want. It was a version of myself that I did not want. So when you're able to get really raw and honest and uncut, brutally honest with yourself and understand why you even behave the way that you do and why you do the things that you do, that's when shit is going to start to make sense to you. You're going to go, this is what Niecy was talking about. I don't need to be acting like this. Why am I over here ripping and running and going up down the street to prove my love to people? I don't have to prove shit to anybody. I'm me all day long. Like it, love it, leave it. I really don't give a damn. I don't. And when you can be unapologetically you and not make excuses for other people's behavior, but also understand that I don't need to take this personally. People have their own worries, fears, and limiting beliefs and insecurities and all this bullshit. And I learned that from watching a lot of Dylan James's content. God bless that man. I love him so much, because it wasn't until it clicked for me when he would constantly say that people are just projecting themselves. They're projecting what it is that they are falling short of or what they believe about themselves. If I have a high self-concept and high self-esteem, don't confuse the two. And I'm sure about myself and I'm confident, I'm going to radiate that onto other people. And it's not a cockiness. It is I'm sure of myself. I'm confident of myself. If you don't see what I bring to the table, boy, bye, fuck you, and it is what it is. And you have to look at it that way. I know what I bring to the table. Boy, I am the table. I bought the table. Okay. And when you can get to that level of confidence, nothing is going to faze you. Someone coming in and out, you'd be like, I don't have time for that. And here's the thing, especially with women, we will give a man chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. Not even a man, even my lesbian friends will give their partner chance after chance after chance after chance. But then if your homegirl do something, she got to go. Make that make sense for me. We've got to get to a level of self-awareness and self-love and self-discipline first and foremost. And once you go and you balance your central nervous system regulation is so detrimental to the way that you're behaving. And a lot of people think that it's not. They want the quick and easy, fastest way to manifest this person. That's that desperation. Because why do you need it so quick and fast and in a hurry? And you would get it quick and fast and in a hurry if you took care of yourself. And I'm not talking about a good, Niecy, I have a good skincare routine. And I take care of myself. And I go and I get my nails done. And I take care of me. And I love me. And I take selfies every day. And I post content. Girl, boo. Ain't nobody talking about that. I'm talking about deep-rooted shit that you didn't realize that you had going on. It didn't dawn on me that I had all this responsibility on me, and that literally my parents have taught me, well, your sisters have to come first. Their needs have to come first. I have to do this for your sisters first. They need me. You're the oldest. You can just relax over there. So that taught me subconsciously My needs do not matter. My needs come last. Everyone else's comes before me. So I have to sacrifice for other people. No, I don't. But I had to uncover this about myself. Now that I've uncovered this about myself, I'm in a happy, healthy, committed relationship with my person. And I'm very happy. And there are things that I work on every single day, absolutely. But what I'm saying to you all, beloved, is that you have got to get to a place of self awareness that's going to catapult you into a place of self love, that's going to catapult your self concept, that's going to catapult your behavior because you get who you are being. I cannot stress it enough. And I really wanted to make this video because I've gotten so many TikTok comments about, well, how do you live in the end? What do you do? What did you do? I just lived my life. And when I thought of him, I thought of him lovingly. Neville Goddard talks about seeing them lovingly. I refused to see him in a negative light. I had to let go of that old story that I had created because it no longer existed. What you see in the 3D is dead. If you go outside and you look up at the stars at night in the night sky, that star that you see is umpteen light years away. So you're seeing it in a past form. You're not even seeing it as it currently is. By the time you watch this video, I'll be somewhere making a turkey sandwich and you're watching it in real time for you. That's not real time for me. It's real time for you. Once you can understand that what you are currently seeing right now in your 3D reality that you can touch or feel or whatever, I can pick up this phone, it's in my 3D reality. Once you are able to grasp that concept that the 3D is no longer, it is dead. I'm not going to go in the trash can and go eat fucking food out of the trash. I would look, that's absurd. Why would I do that? It's the same thing. Why would you keep backtracking? And then you guys care about too much what other people think. Stop discussing your business with other people. Stop telling them, I'm manifesting my ESP back. I'm doing this. I'm watching all these videos. I just want him to be back with me. Or you guys will do this. I'm going to go sit in my room and I'm going to affirm for 10 minutes. I am loved. I am chosen. I am valued. I am loved. I am chosen. I am valued. And then you get on the phone with your homegirl. Girl, I can't believe this. And my friend, he ain't did that. Do you really think you're about to get what you want? Like the universe didn't just take heed to all of the bullshit that you just had going on. Girl, be so serious. You have got to get to a place where you're being honest with yourself. You can lie to me. You can lie to, everybody else, but you cannot lie to yourself and you damn sure cannot lie to the universe. And once you understand this, it will be easier for you. And how I just started to live in the end is that I stopped being mean to him because I also was watching content because if you're new to my content in my channel, I had an old SP and then I have my boyfriend that I'm in a relationship with now. And I thought I wanted a relationship with my old SP and I didn't. I had raised my self-concept so high that like I was like, yeah, no, this isn't a match with me anymore. But then I lowered my self-concept again because I hadn't healed my old past trauma and I just kept repeating the same cycles and things over and over and over again. And I do try to explain to people that you do need to do that work. So many manifestation coaches will tell you you don't, that you just need to affirm. I don't believe that. I just don't. I think that's bullshit. I think that if you want a changed behavior, and now that I think I know, if you want a changed pattern, you're going to have to like change your behavior. I'm a firm believer. If I could take Dr. Joe Dispenza, Neville Goddard, and Dylan James and put them into one person, it would be the perfect person to teach you this stuff. And that's where I get all of my content from, and Reverend Ike. I love Reverend Ike. But Dr. Joe Dispenza tells us to go ahead and teach the body how to respond to what it is that you want, which is Neville Goddard's version of living in the end, which would be Dylan James's version of regulating your central nervous system. Because I am a firm believer on you don't need to be manifesting anybody. Would you, if your life is in disarray? And I had to think to myself, where I'm at right now with the things going on in my life, would I want to bring my man into this chaos that I have going on? Ew, no, I wouldn't. So let me go fix that. It's like you get into a marriage with bad credit. Why do you want to be married and you got bad credit? That don't make no sense. Fix your credit first and then get in a relationship. Why do you want to be with a man who can't take you out to eat nowhere? And then you're constantly making the plans. Because that was another thing. I was operating out of fear, not realizing that I was operating out of fear because I'm over here like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to go to dinner? Do you want to go do this? Do you want to do? Because I was like, well, he's not going to initiate, so I need to initiate. What kind of golden retriever ass energy is that? I don't want to do that. I want to be courted. I am old school Southern lady. I want to be courted. I don't want to have to make plans. I don't want to do all of that. And so I had to shift what I wanted the relationship to be. I wrote a forgiveness letter to him. I wrote a forgiveness letter to myself. I didn't give these letters to him. I just wrote them for my own peace of mind. Wrote a forgiveness letter to myself. I wrote out the ideal version of him that I wanted him to be. I wrote out the ideal version of myself that could even attract a partner like that, because you're going to keep attracting the type of people that and the behavior patterns that are a vibrational match to where you are with your self-concept. So once you get your central nervous system in alignment, and once you get yourself in alignment, then you're going to attract the people, places, and things to you that are on that same vibrational frequency as you. It's just like tuning into a radio station. And it's about carrying that energy with you and keeping it and maintaining it. And every once in a while, I will get people that sign up for mentorship with me, and they'll manifest their specific person back. And then they'll be like, I don't need coaching anymore. I don't need mentorship anymore. And then a month later, they'll hit me back up. Niecy, I need to get back into your, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I have space now, because they get so triggered and they haven't healed that past trauma. So then the cycle just repeats itself. But you got to stop. You got to get to a point where you just like get a grip and you stop acting like that, because you get who you are being. You're going to get your behavior. Feeling is the secret. If I am acting out of scarcity and lack, if I am petrified that somebody else is better with me than me, or he's with someone else, or he's got to be cheating, there's no way he went out to eat and then blah, 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 blah. If I'm thinking all of this bullshit, I'm going to get that. I have to get that version of him that I'm thinking about, that I'm feeling about. That feeling that you have is that fuel, that's that gasoline that you're just throwing to ignite the fire. That's what you're doing. You're just throwing gasoline on it. And the faster you can understand that, the faster this person will come in. And it's just holding that knowing. And I think that symbolically, whenever my grandmother came to me in a dream, I take everything that my grandmother's told me as 100% fact. And so when I had that sort of relationship with them when they were alive, and then for her to come to me in a dream and say that to me, made me understand that this is factual. Just like it's factual, God forbid I go commit a crime and I get caught, I'm going to jail. It is the law of the land. It's the law of the universe. That is just the way that it is. You have to balance it back out. You have to balance it back out and understand that all of the universal laws, not just the law of attraction, law of assumption, whatever it is that you want to call it. I prefer law of assumption, because whatever you assume to be true is what's going to be true. And that's it. That's completely it. That's all you need to do. Just focus on your central nervous system. Focus on raising your self-concept. Get organized with your day, because it feels so good to be organized and to check things off a list. Literally become that better version of yourself. And I feel like we're all beautifully and wonderfully made in his image, and there's nothing wrong with you. It's just the way that you're operating, your habits, your habitual habits that you're doing have become a ritual for you. And you're waking up every day and you're checking social media and you're being lazy and you're not taking care of yourself. Then there's those people that I have a schedule. I work every day and I do take care of myself, and I wake up and I go to the gym and I go to yoga at 6 a.m. and I do this and this and that. Blah, blah, blah. Who gives a shit? You're still thinking negatively about that person, or you have some underlying limiting beliefs that you're not aware of, which is where mentorship would come in, because then you could have a back and forth conversation with someone, learn about your childhood development, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool. This is where you fucked up at. This is where this comes from. I can't tell you how many times I've sat in countless mentorship sessions with my clients, and they have this aha moment. They're like, oh, my mom didn't hug me enough, and so I have fear of abandonment. Because you need to have that sort of conversation to uncover that. If you are interested in mentorship, shoot me an email. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to leave a comment, and maybe I can make a part 2 of this. For the most part, check your feelings, get honest with yourself about if you're, operating in lack or woe is me in a victim mindset. We don't do victim mindset over here. We're all gems, honey. We're all diamonds. Get the drift. If you are not interested in mentorship, that is totally fine. I do have the full self-concept workbook. Link for that is on my Beacons link. And I also have the nervous system regulation e-guide. That's honestly all you need. I am thinking about doing a course for manifesting an SP. I think that it would be better if it's done in segments. If you're interested in that, let me know. But I will see you guys in the next episode.